We'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes, then we'll start today's webinar. So my name is Elizabeth Emmanuel Marandi, and I'm here today to represent the topic of gut microbiome and exploring its composition and role in human health. So meanwhile, I just wanted to ask you, how do you associate yourself with the microbiome, with the gut microbiome? Basically, you can just drop a message in the chat box. What do you think what this gut microbiome is? How do you link with gut microbiome? We have webinar every Saturday from Daily Bloom IBS team. कभी कभी साइकोलॉजिस्ट कंडक्ट करते हैं और कभी न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट भी होते हैं जो अलग अलग टॉपिक के साथ आते हैं और एजुकेट करते हैं कि क्या है सिम्टम्स को कैसे ओवरकम करना है, आईबीएस के सिम्टम्स को, आईबीडी के सिम्टम्स को, या डे टू डे लाइफ के जो स्ट्रेस होते हैं उसके साथ कैसे डील करना है। इन सारी चीजों के बारे में आपको डिफरेंट इंफॉर्मेशन मिलते हैं। तो सर्टेनली आप जरूर उन सारे चीजों को आप एडवांटेज लो और हर सैटरडे के वेबिनार को आप जरूर अटेंड करो। Chat is not enabled. I can see the chat messages. You can drop your queries or questions in the QA section, and I'll address all the queries in the last of this webinar. So basically, this gut health is the key to an overall health of an individual, which largely depend on the microbiome and integral part of it. And thus, gut microbiota plays a important role in the health of the host due to its nutritional, immunological, and physiological function. So it is very important for us to know what this gut microbiome is or what this gut microbiota is. So I'm going to start this webinar now. It's not moving. Yes. So today we'll see about the introduction of gut microbiome, its composition, resident flora and transient flora key difference, distribution of gut microbiome, and then factors which are responsible for influencing our gut microbiome and its significance. So of the many relationships that human experience in their lifetime, The relationship between human host and gut microbiota is possibly one of the very important relationship. This relationship has developed over thousands of years, following for the establishment of long-standing and essential bidirectional host microbiota interaction. So basically, this microbiome is the invisible ecosystem. It refers to the collective genome of all microorganisms, both symbiotic and pathogenic. Symbiotic microorganisms which live in the harmony with their host, whereas pathogenic microorganisms are like microorganisms which causes harmful effect or illness or diseases to their host. So this symbiotic and pathogenic microorganisms, they live in all the vertebrates. They are responsible for shaping our health in ways we are only beginning to understand. This microbiome term was coined by a visionary in 2001 by renowned microbiologist and Nobel laureate Joshua Lederberg. Introduced this microbiome term, describing the trillions of microbiomes that literally share our body. So uh, you can see in the slide, this gentleman is uh, Joshua Lederberg, who coined the term microbiome first in 2001. Though the researches and many studies was going on, it started in 1995 only, but it was concluded in 2001. Moving toward the next slide.
Sorry to interrupt, Elizabeth. Your present PPT is not seen.
PPT is not visible.
Yeah, you haven't clicked on the PPT. Can you please click on the PPT?
Yes, sure. Just a minute. But it is showing that I'm sharing the screen.
Can you please exit and share the screen again?
Sure. Is it visible now? I'm so sorry.
No, it's not visible yet.
Just give me a moment. Hey, is it visible now? I just apologize for the technical problem which happened. Actually, there is some problem in the laptop. I'm so sorry for this. Uh, so we will move towards the next slide. I will just quickly okay. Okay. So basically, the gut microbiome is the human the population of more than 100 trillion of microorganisms that colonize or settle or present in our different parts of body, like in our mouth or skin, gut, elsewhere in our body. So it is important for our health and well-being because it is linked to our mood, energy level, then immune system, sleep quality, metabolism, and much more thing. But what happens now, since our lifestyle has changed and our modern lifestyle, it has reduced the amount and diversity of plant fibers we eat, particularly grain fiber. Nowadays, there are so many restaurant or hotels which offers the Western food, and that really reduces our gut microbiome. It really impacts the microbial diversity. So we have to be wise enough. We have to choose the food wisely. And since human body mainly made up of microbiome, and the human part of us provides the environment for all those microbes to live in our body. Although there are many species of normal flora, these microbes typically fall into one of the two categories, namely resident flora and transient flora, which we will be seeing in the next to next slide. But this is a high time for us to reconsider our diet pattern, our eating habits. This slide, we are often confused with this terminology of microbiota, microbiome, and gut flora. So we will discover what all this terminology stands for. So gut microbiota, it refers to the community of microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microbes, which lives in the digestive tract. It mainly focuses on the organisms themselves. Second is gut microbiome, which refers to the entire genetic material of all the microbes in the gut, including bacteria, viruses, and fungi. It represents both the microorganisms and their genes. I'll be answering your question, Mr. Krishna Pal Bhadoria, at the end of this session. मैं आपके क्वेश्चन का आंसर करूंगी इस वेबिनार के एंड में. और then third is gut flora, which is the older term mainly used to describe the bacteria in the gut. It is limited to just bacterial population, which do not include the microbes like fungi or viruses. So we can summarize like this, like microbiota is the microorganisms themselves. Microbiome is the microorganisms plus their genes and functions. And gut flora is one outdated term which mainly focuses only on the bacteria in the gut. Moving towards the next slides. So like the microorganisms mainly fall into these two categories. We are going to see the key differences here. One is resident flora and another is transient flora. So basically this resident flora is, as the name suggests, microorganisms that permanently live in or our body. Those are resident flora microorganisms, whereas transient flora microorganisms are microorganisms who temporarily reside in our body but do not permanently colonize or settle in our body. Second key difference is this resident flora microorganisms plays a key role in helping digestion. It also responsible for protecting against harmful bacteria or microorganisms, and it support our immune system. Examples are distributed in the different parts of our body. Like in gut, we can see Bacteroides and Lactobacillus. In skin, Staphylococcus and Epidermis. And in mouth, Staphylococcus species. These are some microorganisms who are the part of resident flora. In transient flora, these microorganisms can be harmless, beneficial or sometimes pathogenic. तो ये सारे जो रेसिडेंट फ्लोरा में आ रहे हैं, वैसे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स कभी कभी हमारे लिए हमें डिजीज भी कॉज करते हैं, हमें इलनेस भी कॉज करते हैं. और इस तरह के जो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं, जो हार्मफुल माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं, वो गट में भी पाए जाते हैं, जैसे इकोलाई बैक्टीरिया हो गया, या स्किन में स्टेफाइलोकोकस ऑरियस हो गया, या माउथ एंड हैंड्स में भी बहुत तरह से आ सकते हैं ये. जैसे अगर हम एनवायरमेंटल से अगर बहुत पॉपुलेटेड एरिया में है जहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा एयर पॉल्यूशन है, वहां पे भी हमें ये सारे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स मिल सकते हैं. या कंटामिनेटेड फूड अगर हम ले रहे हैं, या प्रोसेस फूड, जैसे अगर आप कहीं स्विगी से मंगा रहे हो या ब्लिंकिट से मंगा रहे हो, जो भी प्रोसेस फूड है या पैकेट फूड है, उन सारी चीजों में ये ट्रांजिएंट फ्लोरा वाले माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स ज्यादा पाए जाते हैं. उसका एक एग्जाम्पल है एस्पायरोली. और बहुत तरह के डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर से भी हमें ये सारे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स मिलते हैं. थर्ड की फैक्टर इज दिस रेसिडेंट फ्लोरा do not cause any harm, rather they have beneficiary effect on the host. Whereas this transient flora, they can be easily eliminated from the body surface by following proper hand hygiene and other infection control practices. So now I have a quiz for you. So what do you think that how does breastfeeding influence an infant's microbiome? आपको क्या लगता है कि ये ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग या मदर्स फीडिंग कैसे हमारे इन्फेंट के माइक्रोबायोम को इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकता है? यहाँ पे ऑप्शन है. ऑप्शन ए में है इट प्रोवाइड्स हार्मफुल बैक्टीरिया, इट हैज नो इफेक्ट ऑन द माइक्रोबायोम. ऑप्शन सी इज इट हेल्प्स एस्टेब्लिश अ हेल्दी बैलेंस ऑफ बेनिफिशियल बैक्टीरिया. ऑप्शन डी इज इट ओनली अफेक्ट्स द स्किन माइक्रोबायोम. You can drop your reply on the chat box. Let's make this session more interactive. आप अपने आंसर को मुझे चैट बॉक्स में डाल सकते हो. Yes, that's right. Miss Akansha Gupta. You are right. I'm waiting for some other response. Yes, Priya ji, you are right. Yes, amazing. So that's really good to see that many of you are aware of this answer, that yes, the option C is the right answer. It helps establish a healthy balance of beneficial bacteria. Okay, moving towards the next slide. In this slide, we are going to discuss how the formation and early growth of microbiome takes place. We are going to focus mainly on the 3 points. So basically, this early growth and formation of microbiome takes place through the placental microbiome transfer. Many emerging research suggests that microbes can be transmitted to the baby via the placenta during pregnancy, starting the initial colonization of the infant's microbiome. इसीलिए बहुत बार कहा जाता है कि जो नॉर्मल डिलीवरी है, उसके थ्रू जो बेबी का अगर डिलीवरी होता है, तो उसमें माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स का प्रेजेंस इन कंपेयर टू द सी सेक्शन ज्यादा होता है. सी सेक्शन के थ्रू जो बेबी बॉर्न होता है, उसके कंपैरिजन में जो नॉर्मल डिलीवरी है, इसलिए हमेशा नॉर्मल डिलीवरी को एनकरेज किया जाता है, ताकि गुड अमाउंट ऑफ माइक्रोबियल डाइवर्सिटी बच्चे के गट में हो सके. सेकेंडरी है जो लैक्टोबैसिलस ट्रांसमिशन है बर्थ के समय में, वो भी होता है मदर्स के वेजाइना के थ्रू, जहाँ पे माइक्रोबायोम जो लैक्टोबैसिलस है वो प्रोलिफरेट होता है बर्थ के समय में, और वो ट्रांसफर होता है न्यूबॉर्न बेबी में बर्थ कैनाल के थ्रू। इसके बाद थर्ड है ब्रेस्ट मिल्क। जैसे अगर ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग होता है या उसके द्वारा भी बेनिफिशियल बैक्टीरिया ट्रांसफर होता है मदर्स मिल्क से बेबी के गट माइक्रोबायोम में। तो बेसिकली जितने मदर्स मिल्क है या ब्रेस्ट मिल्क है, दैट प्रमोट्स द ग्रोथ ऑफ बेनिफिशियल बैक्टीरिया, जैसे आपका हो गया बाइफिडोबैक्टीरियम विच आर क्रूशियल फॉर द गट हेल्थ एंड इम्यून डेवलपमेंट इन इन्फेंट्स। Moving towards the next slide. In this slides, we are going to talk about the composition of gut microbiome. Gut microbiome का composition हर gut region में अलग अलग होता है, और इस गट माइक्रोबायोम का 4 कंपोनेंट्स है, जैसे है बैक्टीरिया, वायरसेस, फंजाई और आर्ची। सबसे ज्यादा रिसर्चर्स कहते हैं कि बैक्टीरिया का पॉपुलेशन ज्यादा है गट माइक्रोबायोम में, जो 90% है, और मेजोरिटी ऑफ द गट माइक्रोबायोम्स आर basically 2 species of bacteria like Firmicutes and Bacteroidetes, और वायरसेस जो है वो आपके 1 से 10% है। वायरसेस में भी बैक्टीरियोफेजेस जो आपके बैक्टीरियल पॉपुलेशन को इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं। थर्ड है फंजाई जो 0.1 से 1% तक होता है। वो ये बहुत माइनर पॉपुलेशन है इनका फंजाई का, बट बहुत इम्पैक्टफुल रोल होता है गट हेल्थ में। फिर फोर्थ है आर्ची जो होता है 0.1 से 1%, जो इन्वॉल्व होता है मीथेन प्रोडक्शन में, और ये मीथेन प्रोडक्शन होता है बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनिक डिकम्पोजिशन के बाद। फिर ये जो भी कंपोजिशन है ये वेरीज करता है अलग अलग इंडिविजुअल में। ये बेस्ड होता है जेनेटिक्स पे, डाइट पे, इन्वायरमेंट पे या लाइफस्टाइल पे। अब ये जो माइक्रोफ्लोरा है या ये जो माइक्रोबायोम है, ये लगभग हमारे बॉडी में 10 to the power 14 माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स है और मोर देन 500 स्पीसीज, जो कि लगभग आपका है 100 ट्रिलियन के आसपास। अब हम इसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन देखेंगे। सो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ दिस गट माइक्रोबायोम इन द डिफरेंट रीजन। अब क्या होता है, ये जो गट माइक्रोबायोम है ये हर अलग अलग रीजन में अलग अलग इनका पॉपुलेशन पाया जाता है। जैसे स्टमक में क्या है, स्टमक में स्टमक हैज ए रिलेटिवली लो पीएच व्हिच लिमिट द ग्रोथ ऑफ मेनी माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स। स्टमक का पीएच लेवल 1 to 3 तक होता है, जिसके कारण ये यहाँ पे ज्यादा जो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स है वो सरवाइव नहीं कर पाते हैं। और however some acid tolerant species like helicobacter or lactobacillus has been seen in stomach. Second, small intestine. It has relatively low microbial load compared to the large intestine. And however, some lactobacillus and streptococcus has been seen here, which plays a crucial role for the digestion and nutrient absorption. Similarly, in the colon, which has the highest microbial load, and it some dominant phyla are seen here, like Bacteroidetes, Firmicutes, and Bifidobacterium, which helps in the fermentation and short chain fatty acid production, which is like energy for the host. And then in the rectum, there are few in the rectum, the population is lesser than colon, because there is not much role to play for the bacteria in the rectum. They are only helpful for processing the waste product and final nutrient absorption. Moving toward the next slide. So this is very important. This gut microbiome has various roles to play in our body. Some major functions has been listed here. Number 1 is digestive support. They helps in breaking down the complex carbohydrate, protein, and fats. And they also helps in synthesizing the nutrients. like vitamin B12, especially, and vitamin K. And vitamin B12 is also essential for the synthesis of DNA, RNA, and synthesis of red blood cells. Similarly, they are also important for the immune regulations. They protect against pathogens by strengthening the gut barrier. They help in developing and regulating the immune system. Third important function of gut microbiome is to regulate the mental health. It influences the gut-brain axis. It helps in producing the neurotransmitter like serotonin. So this serotonin is a mood regulating hormone, which is like 90% of the serotonin is secreted from the small intestine. So it is very important for us to have the healthy microbiome. And then fourth important function of gut microbiome is metabolic function, where they regulate the metabolic activity, and it also helps in managing the weight. It helps in balancing the blood sugar level. Now, this is the quiz time again. I have a question for you. Which of these factors can positively influence the diversity of your microbiome? Option A is smoking. Option B is a high sugar diet. Option C is regular physical activity. Option D is excessive alcohol consumption. So what do you think? Which of these options is correct? Oh, that's nice. Miss Akanksha? Yes, good. Okay, great. So good to see. Ashok sir, yes, you are right. Yes, so many of you have given the right answer. Option C is right, regular physical activity. Yes, it helps in, it is the one of the factor which positively influences the microbial diversity. So this is the breakdown for positive and negative influencer. Balanced diet, or what we can say is like diverse diet or rainbow plate, which is rich in fiber, fruits, and vegetables. It helps in promoting the microbial diversity, especially fermented foods like kefir, kombucha, which contain the beneficial bacteria. Those are very beneficial for the growth of our essential microbes in the body. And then polyphenols like dark chocolates, then berries, then other polyphenols are also very beneficial for encouraging the growth of beneficial bacteria. Second positive influencer is regular physical activity, as most of you have given the right answer. Yes. So healthy lifestyle or regular physical activity or exercise also has shown to increase the microbiome diversity, and it promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria. It has been seen that active individuals tend to have a more diverse microbiome, which is linked to better metabolic health and immune system. Third positive influencer is probiotics and prebiotics. So basically, this supplementing with probiotics or having the probiotic rich food, this can help restore the balance to the gut microbiome, particularly after an imbalance caused by the antibiotics or illness. We will see the negative influencer also one by one. So poor diet, like diet which is high in sugar or processed foods or artificial sweetener or trans fat, that can promote the growth of harmful bacteria. In fact, though the food which is low in fiber diet also limit the growth of healthy gut bacteria, which rely on the fiber for fuel. Then second negative influencer is a overuse of antibiotics. Basically, these antibiotics are designed to kill the bacteria, but they can disrupt the balance of the gut microbiome by killing both harmful and beneficial bacteria. Then third negative influencer is stress and lack of sleep. So chronic stress and lack of sleep can also affect the microbiome. There are some studies which shows that disrupted circadian rhythms can alter the microbiome diversity and lead to imbalance that affect the metabolism and then immune function. So the key takeaway from this webinar is the gut microbiome is essential for maintaining the physical and mental health. Diet and lifestyle plays a significant role in shaping its composition. Promoting a healthy microbiome can improve the overall well-being. And now we have a call to action that if we start incorporating gut-friendly habits today, we will have a diverse microbiome. So I would like to end this webinar with this quote that if our brain, our brain is actually our garden, and if the root, which is like a intestine, is nurtured by the good food, then it is always good. We will have the life full of positive effect. And last but not the least, so we are available in the Play Store, Daily Bloom application. This is our comprehensive 14 weeks program, which is designed to help you manage your IBS symptoms. This is the team of psychologists and nutritionists. Nutritionists are dedicatedly working to customize the diet plan based on your requirements, needs, and medical condition. And psychologists are also, we have many qualified psychologists who are helping the clients for the relaxation and stress management. We have different resources like yoga videos, articles, and symptoms tracking method. So now forum is open for the QA section. Okay, so Mr. Anuj Jain. I just missed the question. Wait a minute. How do regular consumption of antacids prescribed by doctor affect gut microbiome? So very good question. I really appreciate this question. So basically क्या होता है जब डॉक्टर एंटासिड देते हैं, एंटासिड से हमारे माइक्रोबायोम क्या होता है, जो हमारा स्टमक है, स्टमक में जो गैस्ट्रिक एसिड है उनका पीएच होता है 1 to 3 तक. हमारा स्टमक का जो पीएच है वो एसिडिक है, बट जो एंटासिड हमें देते हैं, जो डॉक्टर हमें, जैसे बहुत बार हमें एसिडिटी होती है या बहुत बार डिस्कम्फर्ट होता है, जो तब हमें डॉक्टर एंटासिड प्रेस्क्राइब करते हैं, तो वो एंटासिड जो स्टमक का नेचुरल सिक्रेशन ऑफ एसिड है, जैसे HCl हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, उसके सिक्रेशन को कम कर देता है, और इस तरह से हमारा फूड जो नेचुरली डाइजेस्ट होना चाहिए वो डाइजेस्ट प्रॉपरली नहीं हो पाता है, और फिर इनडाइजेशन कॉज होता है. होप दिस आंसर योर क्वेश्चन. तो बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि हम सोचते हैं कि ओके ठीक है, चलो खा लेते हैं स्पाइसी फूड, ऑयली फूड, और क्योंकि हम रिलाई करते हैं एंटासिड पे, बट फिर क्या होता है, हमारा डिपेंडेंसी या हमारे जो एंजाइम्स है वो भी उसी बेसिकली उसी तरह से वो डिपेंड होने लगते हैं एंटासिड्स पे। और ये धीरे धीरे जो हमारा जो माइक्रोबियल पॉपुलेशन है उसको इम्बैलेंस करता है। बाद में फिर डिसबायोसिस होता है। डिसबायोसिस इज लाइक इम्बैलेंस बिटवीन द गुड गट बैक्टीरिया एंड द बैड गट बैक्टीरिया। Any other question? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this evening. Uh, Thank you for actively participating in this webinar. Is there a substitute for sugar? Yes, yes. So basically, if you can take this jaggery or like stevia leaf, that is also good. That is a natural substitute for the sugar. Basically, what happens, this sugar increases the inflammation of the intestine. Yes, 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 definitely. All rice water benefits. It is one of the fermented food. Okay. All rice water benefits. How to prepare? Okay. So Lakshmi ji, what you can do is you can just simply you can just put the water in the leftover rice, and then you can have next day, not in the morning, maybe in the afternoon. What are the symptoms of dysbiosis of gut microbiota? Yes, there are many symptoms. Like it often alters the gut habit. It alters the bowel habit. Sometimes it causes the diarrhea. Sometimes it accelerates the gut motility, maybe loose motion, or sometimes it will be incomplete evacuation or constipations. So this all results due to dysbiosis. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you. Have a great evening. We are closing today's session. Thank you for participating actively.